So I'd like to know overall whether you approve or disapprove of President Trump's actions when it comes to immigration. By a show of fingers, who approves of his actions when it comes to immigration? I got two. Who disapproves his actions on immigration? So, Robert, where are you?
I approve of the idea of shifting how we bring in refugees. I disapprove of his uh, arbitrary kidnapping actions. So
Okay.
kind of 50-50.
Well, but I'm not asking about the theory of what he's doing. I'm asking about the actions of what he's doing.
I like some of the actions. I don't like them all. Very mixed bag. In general, I think I'd have to say disapprove if you need to
Okay. So,
label
on
me,
balance, it's a disapprove.
probably. But there's a strong approve component.
Okay. Rebecca, why do you disapprove?
I happen to totally agree with what Robert said.
Tell me about that.
Well, that he's tightening the border control. I approve that and approve the restricting the refugees. But I don't like how ICE kidnapping people.
Okay. Anybody else? So who sort of sees things the way Rebecca and Robert do? That it's a mixed bag, on balance. You don't love what he's doing, but some of it you do like. Okay. Alicia, why do you disapprove?
I just think some of the actions and orders of like ICE taking people, I mean, some people that they have been arresting and going against, you know, turn out to be American citizens. I mean, I think the way that it's being handled is being handled to me very violently, and I don't think that it's right.
Okay, got it. Bruce, why do you approve of what he's doing?
As I said at the very beginning, I think there are some mistakes being made, but overall, with the closing of the border, the rounding up of those with criminal backgrounds, etc., there's more positive coming out of this for the country than negative.
Okay. And Ashley, how about you? Why do you support it?
I definitely believe that we need to get illegal criminals out of our country. We need to reform the way that our open border policy. We're the only country in the world that just had open borders for whomever. And I think, you know, of course, there are some mistakes here and there with a few people that turn out to actually be American citizens, but for the most part, probably 99% of the part, these are people that entered the country illegally and they knew that. And once you do that, you typically end up in the immigration system where you're going to court in DC at least once a year, and they're just giving you another court date the next year to check in. So these people had warning. They knew that event, they were on borrowed time.
Okay. So Ashley, just so I understand, so someone who, let's say, entered the country illegally 20 years ago, they've committed no additional crime since being here. Are you okay with ICE rounding up a person like that and deporting them?
I wouldn't use the word rounding up. Would I be okay with ICE issuing them a summons that says, we're going to come get you and take you back now? You've had 20 years to live in a land of prosperity without being held accountable for entering it illegally. Yeah, I do. I think that's fine.
Okay. But in terms of going to their home, arresting them, and deporting them, or picking them up in a parking lot of a store, are you okay with that behavior?
I don't think approaching someone with no warning is okay. Yeah, actually, I'm going to say I think it is okay because they've had warning for 20 years.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Got it. I'd like to know overall whether you approve or disapprove of President Trump's actions when it comes to immigration. So, by a show of fingers, who approves overall of the president's actions on immigration? What he's done this year on immigration? Who approves of it? Taking it all into totality. Who approves? Cynthia does. Anybody else? If it's 51-49,
I'm kind of on the fence. Yeah.
you more for those who support it more than you oppose it. Show of fingers. 2 of you.
I don't say 3.
3 of you. Who disapproves? I'm sorry, Eugenia, you approve?
I was approved, yeah.
One second. I'm sorry. Show of fingers. Who approves? I want to make sure I have this. 4 of you. Who disapproves? Anthony?
I don't know how to answer this question because it's a two-part thing here. Something must be done, but the way he does it is to instigate more beef and more
Okay.
problems.
Okay, so hold on a second. I'm asking you whether you approve of his actions, not his intent.
I cannot approve his actions because it comes with that extra stuff. His delivery messes up the action that he's taking.
Got it. So 3 of you disapprove. Okay. Very quickly, if you just give me another minute here, for those of you who approve, why do you approve? Cynthia?
I approve with what he's doing. It's going to take a little time, but he's trying to, clean up the country and do the best he can with the situation at hand. I like that he's doing something instead of somebody doing nothing and just opening everything up and saying, all these criminals, all these crimes, all these things that are going on. Somebody you gotta get a lasso around it, and I think he's doing the best he can to put a loose lasso around the situation and make it better for everybody, make it safer again, or ish.
Christian, why do you disapprove?
Kind of almost the same answer as I've given to pretty much everything else. I understand the reasoning behind it. I agree with the reasoning behind it. I agree with not letting so many, illegal immigrants per se, not allowing them to get all of the benefits while certain people get no benefits, and so on and so forth, because they just get so much. But at the same time, you see, the intensity as to which they're dealing with it, and then that's kind of what off-puts me a bit. I understand the intent, I understand the reasoning, but certain things that you see as to how they're going about it is just a little uncalled for.
Okay, so why don't you support it on balance as opposed to oppose it?
Well, because it's so extreme that I just feel like, and then, well, all right, I'll give you a simpler answer. If we're talking about safety, I originally come from or have seen within Passaic County, issues of safety in certain places that are not due to immigrants, let me say. It's due to the very people who are already here. So, I just feel like you're attacking a certain group of people, angering a certain group of people, and they're not fully to blame for, what we're seeing in certain areas.
Okay, you're angering and attacking whom? The people who are here illegally?
Well, I mean, in general, it's, the backlash that's being received, it's a lot of, Latinos, a lot of Hispanics, a lot of illegal immigrants who are backlashing and getting upset and getting angered at it. But, from my opinion, I myself, I'm Latino, I'm Hispanic, however you want to consider it. It angers me to see the way certain people are getting treated, but it doesn't anger me to see what's being done per se, because of the things that I've seen. The safety issues and the bad neighborhoods and things like that I've seen are caused for the most part by people who are not illegals, are people who are originally from here already. So I just feel like you're picking at, you're starting a war that's not necessarily, fully called for. At least that's in my experience.
Got it. Thank you.